everyone. Pam DuBois with Dream Real Estate TV. So happy and grateful that you're here to join us today. And as you know, we've been actually working with fellow real estate professionals to promote them and their business. And today I have with me special guest, Craig Brown with Remax Realty Center. And he's going to share with us about his business and what's going on with his business in these times that we're going through right now. First, Craig, if you could just tell us a little bit about your background and information about, understand you have family in the business also. Love to hear about that.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
It's great to be with you. I appreciate the invite. I've been in the business, both my wife and I actually have been in the business for the last 18 years. We're DC natives, born and raised, have lived in Maryland and particularly Montgomery County most of our life. And we're very rooted here. We have 3 sons, 2 of whom graduated college and approached us about getting in the business and student loans and other expenses that these kids have, these millennials have these days. And we were surprised that they wanted to or had even an interest in the business. But so they joined us. So my wife Debbie and I and our sons Connor and Austin just over the last couple of years have been in the business. And it's interesting, families helping families, so we've been through just about anything in the business, and it have quite a bit of extensive experience in many different facets of the business. And on the listing side, on the buyer side, love helping buyers, especially first-time home buyers. My wife especially, we just love helping people go from I can't to I can, and helping them developing the team around them with the good lenders and title companies and other contractors or our network, and just helping them get to, through the journey every step of the way. So we enjoy it, love it every day, get up with anticipation and an expectation about something new, a new lead, a new opportunity, new relationship. And we've never been driven by the commission. We've never been driven by being number one or being, this or that, or branded as the best and the neighborhood specialist. We just help people.
Not only do you have all the knowledge, but you also care, which is great. It's awesome because they always say people don't really care how much you know. They just want to know how much you care, right?
Exactly. John Maxwell.
Yeah. So that's
true. It's true. And, in our business, of which you're a veteran as well, developing rapport, developing trust, finding someone that cares about my needs and is driven to do that, who's professionally assertive and not obnoxious. It's quite a balance that we have to have in our business and serving people. Yeah. And let's face it, I was reading a stat the other day. It wasn't a great one, but it was sharing all the different industries that didn't have the best of reputations. I think real estate was like number 3. I'm like, okay, all right, but that's where customer service is. You just have to overserve and underpromise. You have to overserve.
Yeah.
And we've been able to do that, and
that's
successfully.
Awesome. And that's what people are really looking for. Really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody cares.
Yeah.
Somebody that truly cares.
Right.
And
people actually do see that. They see your heart. Right.
Right. Absolutely. And and like you mentioned earlier, before we got online together, and that is the different changes in, especially during this pandemic, and that is being online more, seeing face to face and realizing that guy behind the text and the emails and all the other promotions and,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're all right. They're human. They understand,
Yeah. Changing times and getting yourself out there now with all these Zoom interviews and marketing we're doing, right?
Absolutely. And what you're doing is fantastic. I really appreciate you inviting me and highlighting, others, restaurants and all the other. It's a great show. Really,
Yeah, well, thank you.
great things.
Yeah, I see a calling, and
Sure.
I really want to help promote others, and
Yeah.
what they're doing in their business right now. I think that's most important right now.
Sure.
People are in different times and different trying times, and
Right.
just helping is really what I am focusing on doing right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, you're doing that. Yeah.
So how are your sons liking the business?
Uh, well, I think they thought mom and dad made it look pretty, pretty easy. You know, of course, we have 18, and that's the funny thing about real estate, because people are watching HGTV and they're watching all the other, shows and top $8 million agent and all this stuff. And my sons weren't, mind you. But I think the market, our consumers, our customers see that and they think it's fairly glamorous,
Right.
But they don't see behind the scenes. I mean, I'm a marketer, I'm an advertiser, I'm a manager, I'm a business manager, I'm a counselor. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. And I think Debbie and I, to a degree, of course, we've done it quite some time and always continue to be educated and get better at what we do.
Yeah.
But they've gotten involved, and we made it clear right from the get-go, trying to manage their expectations. And I would do that for any agent or any person that wants to get in the industry. It's challenging. It is extremely challenging. And my sons have done fairly well. Mm-hmm. And we've helped them with their lead generation and getting in the millennial market, especially. Yeah. Man, get with your friends, market yourself, and because at some point, they are going to get in the market and start buying, and you'll be able to help them.
I had the same experience with my son when he got out of college. He was, Mom, I'll be in real estate with you. I want to get in, and he stayed in for a year, and he was like, nope, I'm not. I'm out.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, I have to do what?
Right. Yeah. It's like, no. Yeah. Now he's at a 9-to-5 job. He's doing home inspections now. 9 to 5.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
So one of the big questions, what are you doing differently now that the market and our times have changed?
Our broker, of course, is following the governor's mandates and the stay at home and what can be done. Fortunately, we are an essential business.
Yeah.
But our offices are no longer open to the public and what have. So there are, different conditions in place, which is fine. It should be for the safeguard, for our safety and the health of our clients, first and foremost.
Right.
But we're still in business. I'm doing video. I'm doing, engaging people online. The lenders I work with are doing the same thing. But the cool thing is, everything's automated. I mean, I can do a lot of paperwork with DocuSign. I do a lot of electronic signatures. The title companies are allowing a lot. There's different. There are different things that are no longer restricted due to the pandemic. Now, I think a lot of the silver lining and all that, it's going to change our industry for the better, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
That too.
To expedite things and to allow different things. And the governor, I think, allows online notaries now and other things. And, so there have been changes, but at the same time, we're still serving people. And there is a fear level involved. There's a lot of apprehension. People will wait, or they'll, want to rush to purchase, or, so there's a lot of big changes in place, but at the same time, we're still taking people out, seeing homes with real good safeguards in place. Everybody has masks. Yeah. Everybody has gloves, ample hand sanitizer. For instance, I'll go ahead of a vacant home and I'll wipe down everything. Wow. I'll wipe down knobs, and I'll do it myself with gloves and everything else before they even get there. So there's that we're doing, for certain properties. Sellers are a little apprehensive about who's coming in the home. So their showings are restricted to different times. Now, what the sellers are doing for the showings, there's no more open houses for now. But when we're bringing clients to a home, they'll already have everything opened up. Okay. And, the guidelines are don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And we don't. There's no need to. Everything, all the doors are open, all the lights are on, all the,
That's a
so
great idea.
yeah, so everything, so, and I've been asked often, and I think a lot of people, a lot of our clients, or people we have in our portal waiting to buy, we're trying to help them understand that, for instance, interest rates are absolutely amazing, and we're not this is nowhere near 2008 when the real estate market, tanked due to Wall Street.
Yeah.
That was financial
Right.
ruin. This is health.
Yeah.
Two completely different streams.
Right.
Okay, extremes. So if people are wondering, oh my gosh, is the market going to tank or values going to? No, probably
Yeah.
not. And if buyers are sitting there waiting, thinking, "Oh, I'll just wait because the market's going to tank," no, sorry, it's not going to. It's not going to be that to
Right.
that degree. Are there going to be changes? Yes, absolutely. Is it anything like 2008 when the market completely tanked? No, that was industry driven, financial driven,
Right.
not health.
Right.
This is going to pass.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to operate differently
Yeah.
in
Adjust.
every aspect. Yeah, in everything we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
There's.
would have thought we're going to be wearing masks and gloves and doing things differently, moving forward? But the market is still stable. Inventory is probably a little bit less than it would normally be,
Yeah.
but there's plenty to choose from still.
Yeah.
Pricing is very fair, and interest rates couldn't be better right now.
Yeah.
So my encouragement is, don't wait.
Okay.
And my buyers aren't. We're still buying.
That's great. And what areas do you specialize in?
Primarily Montgomery, but again, for the last 18 years, Howard, Frederick, Carroll, Prince George's, Washington County.
Yeah.
We've never ever, from the start, uh, focused on that neighborhood.
Okay.
We got our license in Maryland.
Right. You're a Maryland realtor.
I didn't get it just for Montgomery County, but I got it in Maryland.
Right.
And I'm also licensed in Virginia as well. Yeah.
Any special advice that you would give to, we've already talked about the interest rate for the buyers, if they're on the fence right now, and sellers, if they're on the fence right now, what would your thoughts be?
I would certainly continue to pursue your sale, and or your purchase. I would definitely continue to search, and likes of myself and others. If you already have a established relationship with an agent, that's we never interfere with that. But is finding the right realtor, finding the right person that has your best interests, and has that you have a heart-to-heart relationship with, and understands, fully understands your needs. And then look for those properties that are out there, because there's a decent amount of inventory in every county.
Yeah.
There are. And, even though it may be a little bit lower than it should be during this time, there's still good properties out there, really good properties. And based on Maris and Bright and seeing the inventory and the coming soons and everything else, sellers are still needing to sell their home.
Yeah.
And I would, as a buyer, I would instruct them to, approach this strategically, and even though we're in this COVID-19, this coronavirus situation, it's not having as big of an impact on the values. And if you buy now, is my house going to drop in value over the next? No. If you're buying long-term, 5 to 7 years, or 5 to 10 years, or you plan to be there, no, I wouldn't. That shouldn't be a concern at all.
Right.
At all. And as a seller, there are certain variables involved. I mean, if you really have to get out of that house, well, price it properly.
Right.
Price it properly. The days of I'm going to 10 grand over the last one, or the closest, that's totally over.
Right.
Been over with for 10 years now.
Yep. And then great advice for the buyers, as you were saying. You're buying the property to live there. If you're going to be there 5 to 10 years, definitely. Yeah, now is the time. The interest rates are its best at its
real estate. Oh, I mean, it's always a good investment.
Yeah,
You know,
it is always a good.
always good, coupled with your other, if you do stocks and what have you, in 401ks or whatever. But real estate always has been. I mean, you talk to all the veterans,
Yeah.
that have hung in there and own properties. My wife and I have, multiple rental properties and what have you. I mean, yeah, the environment, the climate, a lot of things we don't have control over, of course,
Right.
our jobs, and the economy. And those two factors are going to, affect the real estate market and the home buying market and ownership. But this is a health issue, and it may have a slight effect, nothing to the degree that we experienced years ago.
Right.
I'll just put them at rest. There's no need to be too worried about it.
Right. Yeah, it's like you said, real estate is always a good investment. Always a good investment.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. Please share your contact information with everyone out there.
Sure, we have a number of different ways you can reach out to us. Our main website is searchformarylandrealestate.com.
Okay.
Searchformarylandrealestate.com.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page, Beautiful Homes of Montgomery County. Beautiful Homes, Beautiful Homes of Montgomery County. And my email is craigbrownrealtor@gmail.com.
Okay,
Yep.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everybody, for being with us today. As you know, we're here to promote you as a real estate professional. Just get on a Zoom and do it, everyone. Again, thank you so much. Be blessed, and prayers are with you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.